Welcome to Crafting Lore Season 2, a single-player series inspired by mythology, propelled by my brain, delivered to your eyes every single Monday. Now, most of you probably already clicked away, but for those curious few that stuck around, let me introduce you to something. Now, Crafting Lore aims to change your worlds in a way you may have not thought possible. And I know that seems ambitious, but would it hurt to lend some of your valuable time my way? And you never know what you might actually discover, alright? So just come this way. We have plenty of tutorials on how to enhance our build skills or inspire the next redstone flying apparatus, but what I'm going to attempt here, keyword is attempt, is to inspire the addition of adding lore into each of your worlds. The benefit of doing so will help build immersive settings, which in my opinion takes builds to the next level. I will get into examples shortly to kind of provide insight on how my process kind of works. But lore is honestly quite hard to simplify, define. The definitions are kind of all up in the air, so I kind of came up with my own, but pretty much it's the idea that the world had come from something. It has a background, characteristics, and cultures with stories that I've created, and I wish to create more with hopefully your guys' help. May it be the religions that certain kingdoms or nations worship, or the 10 gods I wish to create gardens for to show that they wish to live private lives too. I am creating a story with the foundation of Minecraft, inspiration from real-world elements such as movies, TV shows, video games, real-world surroundings, and more. When I do receive something inspiring from the real world or anything, I will do my absolute best to show what I was inspired by and the finished product to hopefully give you a good example of how easily inspiring the world actually can be if you just slow the fuck down and take that bitch in. But enough about this little intro. Let's actually get into the series. Let's get into this bitch. Let's dig into it. Let's sink our teeth. Let's open it up. Let's dive right in. Let's jump up. Let's get excited. Fuck me. It's 2022. Let's fucking do this. Welcome one. Welcome all. It's the beginning of a new year. Hopefully you had a good Christmas or holiday, and that their New Year resolutions, you know what, they pull through. But this is Crafting Lore, all right? We got to jump right into it. Welcome to the kingdom of Loren Ruck. Now, quite simple. If you've played Witcher 3, you may know that Loren Ruck is actually a name of a small little fort that you get one of the Griffin gears sets from. If not, that's where I pulled the name from. I just kind of like the name. It was based off a fort, so it's not really even the same, like one for one. It's not a kingdom for kingdom. It was kind of just a name of like a castle. I just feel like it really fit this aesthetic. But Loren Ruck, Loren Ruck is nowhere near completion. Maybe about 50%, let's say. I still haven't built the main castle, which is actually going to go up there by the nether portals, so get ready for that. We're going to do that probably this season, definitely this season, actually. But Loren Ruck, let's actually get into this city. Loren Ruck is a frigid kingdom. It is located, I'm going to say north. In reality, there's not really a perspective on this map yet. I plan to kind of do something a little bit different because this world started in 1.17, but I am currently in 1.18. So it's a little bit... I have some established 1.17 terrain, and I really just want to build on 1.18 terrain. So this area, I'm actually probably going to build a portal to, and it's going to be the only thing in this area, and then we're going to go really far from here and just fuck with the new terrain. That way we don't have to worry about it. I just want to have like pretty much new terrain in every direction, essentially. But Loren Ruck is currently what Season 2 is all going to be about, baby. As well as something called the Scorched Hammer, which will be a project we get into... kind of in between. I do want to start it shortly here, but I want to get a couple things established on Loren Ruck first. But Scorched Hammer and Loren Ruck have a relationship with each other, so it's very important that I talk about it first. Scorched Hammer was actually the first thing that kind of, let's just say, settlers discovered when they came over to this land. They're going to find a big hammer that was left here. A ginormous hammer left by the god Nephestorite. Loren Ruck really we're only be fucking with two gods, and that's Nephestorite, the god of forge and enchanting, and Brillios, who's the goddess of the nether. Those are the only 2 gods that we're going to be talking about during Loren Ruck. I am going to have 10 gods. We'll touch on them later, but these are the 2 gods that we'll be fucking with in Loren Ruck. And essentially, Nefestrite, the god of Forge, left this giant hammer, one of his first hammers, behind, and pretty much the first settlers repurposed it as kind of like a mining area, and they would go beneath the surface and study it and come back up and collect resources, and they actually started creating an academy that they called the Scorched Hammer Academy. And the Scorched Hammer became a place that bred like literally the best blacksmiths in all of the land, because this is the only place that you can purchase netherite. All right, so in all of Minecraft, Loren Ruck is the only kingdom that you can purchase netherite from. They're the only blacksmith talented enough to forge it and actually go to the nether and retrieve it and come back and survive. So they are the top, the cream of the crop, the bread and butter of the Scorched Hammer. And there's not too many of them. The top rank, there's going to be 5 ranks in the Scorched Hammer. And again, we'll get more into it when I actually start building it. But the top rank is called the Nethliden. Pretty much they are the best people, and they're the only ones capable of selling netherite. Now, the only time they sell netherite... Excuse me, sorry. The only time they sell netherite is during the Breehearth Festival. The Breehearth, what? What did I just say? Yeah, there's going to be so many fucking words thrown at you. I'm going to try to put them on the screen so you kind of know what I'm saying and kind of easy to follow along. But Breehearth Festival is once a year. The Scorched Hammer, the big hammer that we were just talking about, will open up its doors, and the Nethlidins will sell netherite gear. Now, what that does is everyone from all over crafting lore kind of comes together and tries to purchase the gear. And they also come down to this area that we are calling Merchant's Pass. Now, Merchant's Pass is pretty much a little area just outside and inside the kingdom of Loren Ruck. And it's going to have 15 shops, 15 different merchant shops. And we've only built like 3 or 4 of them. Most of them I got to still build on camera. And we're still fucking with the design, so it's been a work in progress. But just for example, this is called Nef's Nook, and it's the book shop. It sells a lot of enchanted books, and we can go inside and check that out. We have Talus the bookkeeper, who is our main guy, who's the main librarian here. And then we go inside. We have a cute little kind of first floor here. And then we actually have some villagers with some books for trading for me. I spent a long time doing this. This is even Unbreaking 2. It's not even Unbreaking 3. Yikes. And then this is where I kind of keep some of the enchanted books. And then this is where they kind of sleep. And then across the way, Talus actually has his own little room, which I think is so fucking cool. Look at this. Let's go over to Talus's room. Boop. Hello, Talus. He has his own... Oh, is it bedtime? He has his own little room that he can kind of oversee and watch his little guys work. I'm going to put a couple, probably 2 librarians in here that actually kind of roam around. That way if one dies, you know, there's still one going around. There is an upstairs, but I just, of course, you know me, I haven't done that yet. And I got to expose some of that or close some of that redstone there. But it's so cool. I love this area so much. This is getting really laggy, though. I don't know if 1.18 is having... If you guys are having any, like... optimization issues, I do have a couple mods running, as you can see in the bottom right. That's kind of like a dual wield system, but it's called Backslot, and it's a 1.18 mod, and it actually shows on your character, which I think is really cool. But you just press G and it will swap with wherever your inventory is, or you can press Shift G and that'll bring up the other slot, and they go right back onto your little belt buckle. This guy loves to spin. He's always spinning. Now, I will add mods to this series. The only thing that I want to keep in mind when I am adding these mods is I never want to make my world, like, not relatable, if that makes sense. So I want to kind of ground the mods in somewhat features that might be added to Minecraft at a backslot at some point, like backslot. Like, press R, or I made my key R for dual wielding. Most people have it as F, I think, but I made F my toggle perspective. So if I just need to quickly, showcase my face or something, I can do that really easy by pressing F, and then R is my dual wield. But anyways, backslot is literally just like another dual wield thing, essentially. And it's just nice because you really only need your bow and sword when, of course, combat is happening. And combat, I don't know, doesn't happen a lot if you keep your areas torched, but it will happen now and again. So I just feel like backslot's just a really perfect addition, especially when I'm going to be making like a little bit of cinematic edits. If I put like an axe, an axe on my back, and then like a sword, like look how fucking cool I look, huh? Don't I look like a cool guy? I look kind of scary with my netherite gear, right? So it'll be cool for cinematics and stuff like that. I believe so. Oops. Let's do that and that and that. Yeah, still getting used to it. But Merchant's Pass, this is kind of the entrance up here. That's why we have the emeralds. They're going to tie into a couple different places throughout the bottom of here. Over here is the 10 shopkeepers. So this might actually help kind of put into perspective. So there's 15 shops throughout the Merchant's Pass. And we're still working on it, still work in progress. These are each of the shopkeeps. Some of them I already have in their shop. So these guys, some of these guys are duplicates, or some of them I think I changed the idea with them. Oh, no. There's a shop that's going to be selling rockets and amethyst on the other side. So it's going to be a split shot of crimson and warped logs. And the shopkeepers are going to be Jinx and Finks. Those are going to be the two names. I think Finks is below. Finks, the Amethyst Assessor. Yeah. Oh, I gave them little like taglines. No refunds. Oh, that's a Borderlands reference. The Demolitionist. This is kind of, I don't know if you guys watched Arcane or play League of Legends. Jinx is just a character in there. I just like the name. I don't play much of League anymore. I played maybe 6 games in my entire life. Oh, I don't have my wings on. 6 games in my entire life, and it just was not for me. Not a very welcoming community. And I play CS, so those are another toxic community. But the show was fucking phenomenal. Arcane was incredible. Highly recommend. If you want to get some inspiration, watch Arcane on Netflix. The Underground, actually, in that series is what inspired some of my areas over here. But there's lots of little mining things. Oh my god, I gotta fucking add the vanilla tweaks that gets rid of Enderman griefing. When I AFK over at my mob farm over here, so we have an iron farm over here, just so you guys know, and then we have a mob farm. When I AFK at this mob farm and I come back, they just absolutely litter this area with fucking blocks and shit. Also, 1.18, they changed the dark oak block. So look at this. It's so fucking different now. It looks so weird. This looks so different before, this little gated area. It's such a big contrast now. I got to change some of the stuff out. We still got to do some detailing a lot in this area. But my inventory is a fucking mess, and I probably should organize it before the video started. So let me get a little more organized, and we'll start working on some of the stuff on Merchant's Pass, all right? It's really hard when every other YouTuber that I've ever watched is always like, you always build with them progressionally, right? They start over here, and they say, all right, guys, this is the Kingdom of Loren Ruck. We're going to build a storage room to start off. Blah, 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 blah. And they go from there. But jumping into this, there's a lot of catch-up. But the point is I'm not trying to teach you guys or show you guys that I can kind of build. It's how to add inspiration, how to use immersion as a tool, how to use lore as a tool when you're thinking about your builds, and obviously trying to inspire you guys through builds or send you down the right avenue of watching a TV show or looking at a movie or just soaking up your real world just a little bit more when you go out in the real world. Just looking at buildings a little bit longer and stuff like that can honestly go the distance for making your builds change. And of course I'll be trying to jot down like tips and tricks, and I'll try to showcase them as we go along. At least once a video, I'll try to kind of do a trick for you guys. I'm a fucking magician. Show you guys a trick that I use. Not everything is going to be universal. Not everyone is going to get inspired and stuff like that. I'm just trying to show you what I do and what works for me, and hopefully that will work for you guys. I'm not saying this is the way to go, but I think honestly lore is such a great avenue to pursue if you want to expand your builds, truthfully. So let me get organized, like I said, and let's get right. Oh, that's a decayed table. So there's 8 villagers with this mod, and I'll actually go into Creative World and show you guys each of them so we are on the same page. All right? All right. We're going now over to where the villagers are. For whatever reason, this world is so delayed. Like, watch this. You right-click. Bada boom, delayed. Right click, bada boom. It's not too bad. But these are the more villagers mod. The blocks, I will not be using really any of them. Most of them are pretty ugly anyway, so I don't want to use them. But we have the oceanographer, who actually has a trident at the end, which, man, I've played Minecraft 7-8 years. Got Trident like twice in multiplayer and single player. Ever. So I think this is just another kind of different way to get him. I'm going to have to lower down his trade. 32 emeralds is pretty expensive. I mean, I have enough emeralds, but, we want to lower it. We want to make it cheap. We got the Forester. He buys saplings, which isn't that crazy. He doesn't buy wood, which I kind of like. He only does saplings, which means you still have to chop wood, which I think is completely fair. The music. The music coming in. Give me that nostalgic vibes. I used to prank my friends on 360. I used to be inspired by Minecraft, the prank wars they used to do with like vintage.
Alright, so what are we writing?
Team Canada, pause, an etho.
Welcome to Canada.
Netherologist, you can buy pig step, which I think is pretty cool.
Eh?
I want to collect all the discs. There's a god named Dasvel, who is the god of music, so I think that's kind of fair. We have the Enderologist, which you can actually buy shulkers from. Not that crazy. Dragon Breath. Who the fuck has Dragon Breaths anyways? I think Dragon Breath is kind of fair. You don't get bees in this. This is the Florist. Their bench is kind of pretty. But you can buy the Drip Leaf, which is awesome for decoration. Small berries, which is easier to get with the lush biomes now in the Minecraft. But before that wasn't the case. I think you can only get them through Wandering Trader before that. Or I might be mistaken. Before the lush biomes were implemented. You could buy Honeycomb, which I think is fair. Because fuck. I love having bee farms, but you always can't get a beehive. Then we have the Miner, which they only buy like some raw ore, and then they have Amethyst, which I think is pretty cool. And then Hunter, who buys mob drops, which is not too bad, not too bad, not too bad. And then of course we have Backslot, which I want to keep because look at this, look how cool the Trident looks. That's why I want to keep those. I can't say his fucking name. It's too much today. Too much for me today. We'll go over to our other world now. Because done crafting lore. Yes, I know what I'm doing. I'm professional. I want to go over to show you the amplified nether. So with 1.18, we obviously had the height increase and the, I guess, increase. Oh, that's one of my data packs too. It just does you a day counter, which is kind of cool. Every time you log on, go to bed naturally, or a day passes by naturally. Do I not have my wings on? Nope. Fuck. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, so they increased the height limit. So they didn't do that for the nether, if you didn't notice. If you have updated your worlds to 1.18, your nether doesn't update unless you... No, I don't even think if you delete your nether and you delete your nether and then like reload it and go back in, does it increase the height limit? Because you need this mod to do it. I'm pretty sure. And then I might be mistaken, but... I just downloaded it because it increases the height limit of... Oops, I don't want to change my language there. The height limit of the nether. Look at this. This is fucking crazy. Isn't that crazy? This is my nether tunnel that I got going right now. Fucking crazy, right? I think that's a really cool addition. And then we have vanilla tweaks, which, I don't know, a lot of people have. So I'll just quickly go over what I have for the vanilla tweaks. I have a little list here because I want you guys all to be completely aware of what I have. So transparency is important to me, honesty. So we have the armor statues, which helps with, I don't know, adding details like the trap or the wall hooks. Where you can put gear on the wall. That's really fucking cool to me. Classic fishing. That just helps with AFK fishing at the beginning. I really like having the early books. I could take that off if I really wanted to. Cauldron concrete. I've been running a lot of takes. My voice is going. Cauldron concrete. That's a fucking tongue twister. Cauldron concrete. So you take concrete and you can just throw it into like the powder concrete. You can just throw it into a cauldron with water, and it'll just give you all the full stack back as concrete. Which I think is just so much nicer than trying to like place in water and mine it or whatever. Want a redstone contraption you want to make. Custom nether portals, which makes you make custom nether portal sizes, which I love. Mob heads, which I think is pretty cool. That adds some details in certain areas. Double shulker shells, just double the loot when you're killing them. Faster leaf decay, so just when you're chopping trees, the leaves go quicker. And then the dragon drops elytra, right? Nothing too crazy. When you kill the... Oh, look at the snow coming in. So pretty, so pretty. Loren Ruck is so fucking pretty. So let's... Oh, shit. I did not mean to leave. Sorry, folks. Boom, boom. We're going back in. Let that saving replay. Boom. Done. I know what I'm doing. Is it going to ask every single fucking time? We're going to throw down to like 9, maybe 8 render distance, and we're going to run shaders while the snow goes, and we're going to go down to merchants pay us. Shaders. It's so beautiful. I truly hope everyone did. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm going to take a drink here. I truly hope everyone had a wonderful, wonderful Christmas or holiday, whatever you guys celebrate. Look at that, day 1731. Look at this. Loren Ruck is so fucking cool. I haven't done this in a while. Sorry, I'm trying to leave that chat recorded. Why did I even come here? I got so sidetracked when it started snowing because it's just so fucking pretty. We're doing a mod showcase. Did I do them all? Did I cover them all? Oh. I'm so happy. I'm so happy I'm recording this. This is so sick. Look at the tower. Oh, I'm gonna cry. What a magical moment. Welcome to Crafting Lore, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you're inspired by Loren Ruck. The prettiest, coldest city ever to exist. They say if you spit, it turns into an icicle before it hits the ground. Alright, this is too captivating. We're gonna have to end. I'm still trying to breed a fucking wicked horse here. Oh, don't I have a data pack for a fucking horse? Hold on. Oh, it's gone. I don't think I updated it. Maybe that's why some of the data packs say like just null or snow, and I click them and I don't understand it, and I Google them and there's nothing. So anyways, thank you guys for joining me for episode 1. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Crafting Lore is going to inspire you to immerse your worlds to add... Oh, tits! What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh, that was a cool noise. Bitch, turn around. What a way to end a video. The snow is falling. Hopefully you guys have a nice cozy night. It's getting cold. It's getting very cold in Canada here. But thank you for watching. And hopefully you join me for episode 2. Catch you next Monday. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye.